Welcome to the Adventures of a Kidney Donor. Follow Anil as he embarks on an epic journey around the world, spreading awareness about organ donation. With every mile, we're on a mission to inspire others to give the gift of life.
Welcome to the Gift of Life adventure, stories from the road and the stories of kidney donors. Who you see here are two brothers. If you'd like to introduce yourselves, I would be great.
Okay, my name's Joe Freshi, and I'm a medical doctor, and I work for the Ministry of Health, headquarters Zambia. Yeah, I am a kidney transplant recipient. Had my kidney, fortunate to have had my kidney transplant in 2018 on a day like today.
What is the day like today?
Today is our national independence celebration.
So you got it on this day
Yes.
in 2018?
Yes. So the government decided to have to start the kidney transplant project. The president then decided, why not have it on our most important day in the country?
So you were the first recipient to get a kidney in Zambia
locally. So when the government decided to start conducting kidney transplants in Zambia locally, so we were the first case they dealt with. So we are the first project they worked on in Zambia.
Oh, how cool is that? So you have a responsibility you're carrying for the country now.
Yes, we are brand ambassadors fighting for people that found dialysis now.
So you both were the first kidney donor and recipient pair to have got your transplants in Zambia locally 18 years ago, where Zambia conducted its first transplant locally by their own doctors.
Yes, so the first kidney transplant project started in 2018, and then, like I mentioned, it was conducted on our country's National Independence Day, which is on the 24th October.
That's today.
Yes, that's today.
Your 60th anniversary.
It's 60th anniversary today, and I'm really fortunate. I'm glad to have a loving brother like him that was kind enough to share a kidney to me. And
how old are you?
I'm 31 years old.
31, and your name?
My name's Tinashe Kasweshi.
Tanasha Kasweshi.
Kasweshi, yes.
Kasweshi.
Yes, please.
And you have 5 years between you in age.
5 years.
So in 2018, how old were you?
I was about 26, somewhere there, yeah.
26?
Yes.
And you were 32?
Yeah.
Okay, so when he came to you, or did he come to you, how did you decide to give him a kidney?
Well, I've seen him struggle with kidney failure from the time that he had his first attack when he was in school. That was
how old were you when you had your CKD come up?
So I trained in Ukraine as a medical doctor, and then I was in my 5th year then. That was in 2013.
So, okay, so you've been dealing with it for 5 years.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
Yeah, so when he came back to Zambia, he had another attack. And I was, then he was working from the western part of Zambia.
Mm-hmm.
And I was here in Lusaka, so I was the first point of contact from his friends where he was working. So I had to share the bad news to mom and dad.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the time that we had started discussing now what is the way forward, because I was already informed that he needed a transplant. So I shared this information to our parents. And when he was evacuated from Western Province to come to Zambia, Lusaka, and that is when I saw his life deteriorate so fast and in a very negative way. So, I mean, being brothers, you obviously feel very compassionate about something like that, and you want to save your brother's life. So that is what made me decide to give him a kidney.
Were you afraid?
Well, Of course, it's
What
something
What
like
were you
that.
afraid of?
Well, before going in theater, I had so much anxiety because you don't know what's going to happen next to you, and then the other thing is that so many stories were told. I had a lot of comments from friends who were saying, once you undergo this thing, you never have children. Those were myths. You will never run. You always be a sickler. So I chose not to believe any of that.
Did you get to speak to anyone else who has donated before you donated?
Unfortunately, no, I didn't.
Did you want to?
I would have wanted to, yeah.
So what
because-
happened? Did you ask and nobody was around?
Well, the biggest source of information for me was our doctor, Dr. Mwemba.
Okay.
So, having been a nephrologist for so many years, I think my source of hope came from him because he explained to me how he's been dealing with these things for a very long time, and he assured me that nothing was going to happen. So I didn't meet any donors who had done it before me, but then I became the person that they would run to when they want to do it.
So now you are that story that others are going to hear from.
Exactly.
And are you telling your stories?
Well, this story has been airing on national television and newspapers since 2018. So it's a story that's still being told up to today.
Has there been any more transplants after you in this country?
Yeah. We've had about 12 transplants.
12?
Yeah. So we do. Last year so the government is passionate about improving renal services in Zambia, and part of it is to improve the transplant services in Zambia.
Okay.
So last year we conducted about 5. The Zambian government, under the Ministry of Health, conducted about 5 kidney transplants.
Now,
And,
what about their stories? So now you have 12 pairs here.
Yeah.
Are their stories being told as well, or just yours?
Yeah. We so the Zambian National Broadcasting Corporation. I remember sometime when beginning of this year, they started a program where then they didn't know, right? So they wanted us to be the ones to tell the story. So we told them to say, no, we've had people that have had kidney transplant would love the nation to hear from them as well. So yeah, they've been coming
So,
forth and telling their story.
in your opinion, do you think people who are willing to give their kidneys to their loved ones, like you did, are they more likely to believe someone like you who's been there, done that, or they continue to put more faith in the doctor's assurances that you had?
I'll be very honest with you, it was a bit of a challenge in the beginning, but today I have doctors calling me to counsel the patients. So they believe me more than they believe the doctor.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. That's why I asked the question.
Yeah, and it's always a case, right?
Yeah.
Why it's like that is, he's been through the theater, and he's donated a kidney before, so it's easier for someone to donate to believe him that has given a kidney than a doctor that has not given a kidney before. Yeah.
No, certainly. Great. So now if you're going to start this kind of advocacy, are you guys starting to form some kind of a, you don't have a national kidney foundation here in Zambia?
We do have one.
Who's running that?
Yeah, so we are actively involved in that, but there is someone running it.
So it's not like there's an executive.
There's an
Every
executive.
year there's always elections.
Is that a
so-
government thing?
No. It's an independent thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there is room for more?
Yeah, sure. Anyone is invited to be a part of it.
As long as you're a member.
Okay. Now, let's talk about your lifestyle. Are you athletic?
Yeah, especially my brother is more athletic than me.
What do you do? What does the brother do?
I enjoy walking. I do a lot of walking, but he plays football and does more.
What position do you play?
I'm more of a winger and a striker.
And you're fast?
Very fast.
Have you timed your 100-meter sprint?
That I have not done that in a while, but I was one of the fastest in my time when I was playing soccer in the university.
All right, good. So you're a promising medal winner at the World Transplant Games. So now let's talk about that, huh?
Yeah.
Now, have you heard of the World Transplant Games?
Yes.
We've heard about them. Yeah.
And you've been at this since 2018.
Yeah.
Why did you never think of becoming an athlete for Zambia?
Okay, we tried to attempt last year, but I think we didn't prepare as much. So the biggest challenge last year, I think, were the sponsorship. But then
No, but you have a team manager here, because without that there is no team.
No. So last year I think that's one of the things that probably prevented us from. We wanted to do it like a personal
Individuals.
individual.
Yeah, that's
Not as part of
correct.
With your coming and with your encouragement, we plan on getting part in next year's.
And how many athletes do you think you can bring together to get the first Zambian team out there next year in Germany?
Well, we'll do our best. We've got a little bit of time to prepare and bring in other people on board. So we even 10.
10. That's a good number to start with, right?
Yeah.
Now, would you encourage more donors to participate in this game?
I would, because it's actually a very good physical activity for myself and other people that other recipients and other donors, and I feel it's a good way of promoting organ donation. I also feel it's a good way of encouraging patients that are fighting their lives on dialysis. It's a terrible experience, but this is the only thing that gives them hope.
What I was saying was, if you can bring more donors to the athletic games, to the World Transplant Games, would that not be a showcase to the rest of your country, who has the myths in their head about how their life is going to be ruined once they give their kidney or liver, to see more donors becoming athletes and giving them more hope, saying, hey, if I can live a normal life by looking at them, then maybe I can donate as well. So because no donor, there's no donation.
It's actually something that we encourage people to give more organs.
No, encouraging is different, but how do you inspire them and how do you give them confidence? Like, he needed confidence.
Well, basically, it's a situation where they see you doing something that they thought you could not do.
Yeah.
So basically, when they see you doing what you are doing, living the life like a normal life that you lived before you donated, it will be easier to have somebody donate a kidney when they have a loved one who's undergoing kidney health problems.
Therefore, you're going to endeavor to get more athletes who are donors, to show them doing the different things and living that athletic life.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course, the recipients have a different reason to want to do that, to show the world that, look, your donation has helped guys like us to get a second chance in life and be productive. And now in your case, you're a doctor, and so now you're treating other people because he happened to express his love to you in a way that no one else could.
Yeah, imagine where I would have been by now. I don't think I would have been alive if he didn't give me a kidney.
And are you married?
Yes, I am.
You have babies?
Expecting one.
So it all works, right?
It all works. Everything works.
So that could be another point of view for people to show, this is my baby, and it's my baby.
Yeah.
After I donated a kidney, right?
Yeah. Because if I believed what people were saying, I don't think I was going to do it, you see, because I would have been instilled with so much fear, because my life would have been cut short, and I would have been saying, how would I live a life without having my own family? But that all turned out to be stories, and it was not true. So I want to cure that defect in people's minds that once you donate a kidney, your life is cut short, which is not true. So it will be good to be an example to many others out there who think what I thought, because I heard some mythical stories. So yeah, that is my opinion.
Great. And now you're taking care of yourself well. What is the expense you have to take on for your immunosuppressant every day?
Oh yeah.
I mean, is that something that's affordable? How do people who are not as well off as, say, a doctor here, to someone who's below the poverty line or somewhere close to an economic fallout, how do they manage to do this? Does the government have some
So
help?
let me be honest. If I was paying or buying those drugs for myself, I would spend like at the dose I'm taking now, I would spend about $250 to $300
US dollars
a month. Yeah, but I'm grateful to the government because the government under the Ministry of Health buys those drugs on our behalf.
Now, that's just for you or for everyone?
No, for everyone. Everyone, whoever is on the immunosuppressant drugs. So we get our drugs from the university teaching hospital, and the National Health Insurance covers those drugs. So if you're a member, if you're a National Health Insurance member, you are entitled to get those drugs at any pharmacy, and they'll pay on your behalf.
And what kind of premiums do you pay for your national health insurance?
Yeah, so it's a very affordable thing. We pay as low as 30 kwacha. I don't know how much.
So that's what,
kwacha
a
is.
little over $1?
30 kwacha.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's about a little over $1.
No, lower than $1. Yeah.
But then it's
Monthly, but you're paying less than $1 a month. But
And this is
the
for everybody?
services, no. So of course, that is for people that don't work, that have no employment, and then there's a rate for people that have employment.
so it depends on your income,
Yes,
on what you file in your taxes,
yes.
and how high does it go?
It's still very affordable. I don't think it's more than $1 even for me. That works.
No, what is it for a millionaire?
Well, it's, I think somewhere around 250 kwacha.
Yeah,
That's the
250
maximum.
kwacha.
250 kwacha should
Oh, that's the
be-
maximum.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that's still affordable.
Very affordable. At least every meaning Zambian can afford.
The 250 kwacha in dollars should be $1.25.
$10?
No? Yeah, somewhere there.
Yeah, just under $10.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. And so this is actually a shining example of how governments can start supporting their citizens.
Yeah,
I mean, as much as they say that, some African countries are corrupt and doing this and doing that, I don't see any developed country having this kind of program for their citizens.
Yeah, I honestly want to thank the government and recommend what they're doing now, because imagine having a transplant and later failing to pay
For the drugs.
for the drugs.
Yeah.
You have your kidney rejected.
Yeah, so I'm trying to I'm dreaming of India doing the same thing where everyone is covered under the National Health Insurance Scheme, which we have one, but it's not fully there, just like you mentioned your government. Maybe there's some things we can learn from there, from here, from Zambia. Well, guys, what else would you like to tell whoever's going to watch this?
So I'll let my brother start first.
Well, life has to move on. If you have a loved one who is suffering from chronic kidney failure and you happen to be the only person that can save their life, I would encourage you to do that, because you'll find more meaning in life if you are going to save somebody's life. So you live a normal life just like I am, healthy, able to do anything that you can imagine. And giving out one kidney is a very priceless thought that one could ever imagine. So save a life out there. That is what I can say.
Well, brothers, well said, and I'm looking forward to having you in Germany, competing for your country, raising your flag, maybe hopefully winning some medals.
Yeah,
And-
we'll come for the gold medal.
You'll come for the gold medal. Well, I think I'm ready to let that gold medal go, so someone else can tell the same story and inspire people in their own communities, and hopefully you'll win as well, and come back to tell the tale and inspire more of your citizens to follow your love. Well, thank you for joining us. Right now you're wearing Team India's t-shirt, but hopefully we'll change that and call it Team Zambia, right?
Oh yeah. I think we want to say thank you to you. What you're doing is recommendable, and I was working yesterday when a permanent secretary for information, Mr. Tabakawana, called me to attend that meeting, to come and be part of that meeting where you're speaking. He called me yesterday. He told me, Job, I wanted you to be part of that meeting and do whatever you can to improve whatever they're doing.
So, well, thank you very much, boys.
Thank you very much.
And for making the trip out here to talk to me.
Thank you.
And do follow our YouTube channel. Spread this story amongst your friends and family here once I put it out on YouTube.
Yeah.
And see if they can subscribe and see they can add to these stories.
Yes.
All right. Thank you again for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on this life-changing adventure. Don't forget to subscribe to the Gift of Life Adventure on Instagram and on YouTube to stay updated on every twist, turn, and inspiring story as Anil raises awareness about organ donation. You're watching The Adventures of a Kidney Donor.